When it comes to licensed games, few can beat the fighting game genre. I mean, pretty much everyone knows Marvel vs. Capcom, and for good reason. It is a type of genre that works really well with this kind of thing. You can recreate iconic fights or finally get that dream matchup that never happened. The downside to this genre is it is somewhat at odds with itself. Casual players who love the IP might be put off by the intrinsically hardcore experience these games offer. Despite this, Skybound wanted to strike while the iron is hot, but will it be enough to make a success?
Ow! What the hell?
One of the main selling points of Invincible VS is a brand new narrative. Sure, her improved new content isn't necessarily good content, though I can't hate the episode with Bruce Campbell in it, but in my honest opinion, I'd say this is worse. For starters, it is laughably short. After editing out loading screens and not including the credits, it took me roughly 66 minutes to complete. Just to give some comparisons, Mortal Kombat 1 story mode videos are in the 4 to 5 hour range. I can also find a couple 4 to 5 hour long videos for Guilty Gear Strive and Etzurd Sign. I can find posts saying Street Fighter 6's is in the 17 hour range. The closest major fighting game I can find with comparable length is Tekken 7, but even that takes at least 50% longer to complete. Mind you, these numbers are not meant to be taken as gospel. You can absolutely beat any of these faster or slower. They are just supposed to be a general frame of reference to what this and similar experiences offer. With that being said, time isn't everything. A good story can easily transcend such shortcomings, though that is also rather underwhelming. It is hard to talk about it without revealing everything. Only so much can happen between the 20 or so fights, but it is very similar to crossover storylines. The story isn't trying to be amazing or add something new to the universe, it just wants to justify the concept, give a reason for Mark and Eve to fight, or Lucan to work together with Rex. I also don't think this is a terrible thing either. At least I'd rather get something like this than someone's really bad fan fiction. Though, I am left thinking how much better things would be if it simply offered its own take on the source material, but I digress. As for the experience itself, it is filled with a lot of highs and lows. I love how some scenes are presented. They show a passion that suggests this was a labor of love over a quick cash-in. It just isn't consistent. Ironically, it is a lot like the show. Some scenes will look great, whereas other scenes are filled with choppy animation. Given it is arguably the biggest complaint in the show itself, it is surprising to see here. Perhaps the most interesting aspect of the entire narrative is the voice acting. Unlike the show, Invincible VS replaced a couple characters' voice actor, some notable characters being Invincible, Cecil, Powerpluts, Robot, Conquest, Ellen, and honestly more. Now, for the most part, I think they did well. It also likely helps that some notable cast members, such as J.K. Simmons, are present. They give the game a base, so you're less likely to question characters that sound close enough.
Go ahead, keep coming. Don't tempt me.
And I already had our knockdown dragout. Cecil, we're good.
Yeah, she almost wiped the floor with you. But once she woke up, I don't remember you asking her a damn thing.
It is a few outliers that really stand out. None of these are like Williams' new voice actor, where it's immediately noticeable and kind of jarring. It is more like close, but not quite close enough. I really only bring it up because it is an interesting look into what would happen if the series used different actors trying to achieve the same basic thing.
I hypothesize that whoever brought us here is harvesting kinetic energy. They underestimated the power of Earth's heroes, however. It must be possible to overload the devices. Doing so breaks...
In addition to story is arcade mode. Here you fight 5 to 12 teams with various difficulty options. Even if the mode works as expected, like there's a point system and a high score to push you to be better, it is nice to see endings as well. None of these are revolutionary things, just a brief cutscene that shows a character doing this or that. If nothing else, it is a nice grind given each ladder gives a single ending and every character has one.
House. Oh, sorry, I mean HQ. And leave me to clean up after him. Head of the Global Defense Agency sounds like...
For anyone hoping for a robust selection of content, that's honestly about it. The other modes are local versus, a run-of-the-mill practice mode, and a tutorial. Unless I'm missing something, which I hope I am, I can't even find character combo challenges. That's a real shame because a number of other games in the space have done a lot to make the genre more approachable. It is still a sizable investment, just one where newcomers are given better tools to overcome greater challenges. It also doesn't help that the AI is coded in a weird way. Like, let me be clear, I might enjoy fighting games, but I am by no means a great player. You can watch me play through story, and you'll likely be unimpressed, but I can also win matches on the highest difficulty, and that is largely due to how the AI works. Instead of becoming increasingly tactical, it is rather spammy. It will constantly do jabs in hopes of me making a mistake, or it will rely on me not understanding the fundamentals. Like, it will absolutely combo lock you if you don't know how to stop it from combo locking you. But in the grand scheme of things, it's just a really aggressive player. All you need to do is wait for openings, which happen often, or utilize the same combo locking methods on it. Where it really falls behind is what higher difficulty options offer. It is somewhat hard to explain, but look at it like this. Even on the lowest difficulty, it is fairly aggressive and kinda spammy. The only thing you seemingly gain going higher is a higher likelihood of it blocking, and it will further punish you for any opening you give it. Think of it as an introduction to versus over an option to further improve.
That planet down there is my home now.
Needless to say, the main attraction here is multiplayer. While a lot of this will hinge on your actual skill, the core loop is pretty fun. Characters feel different enough, certain characters have gimmicks related to their powers, and it was generally fun to play. I'd be curious how the meta shakes out long term though. In my time playing, I noticed a few characters where I caught a buff, though not so much so they felt unfair. Just movesets that made them a little more annoying to deal with. However, like anything in this genre, a lot of this comes down to learning how to best these moves. I also like how story forces you to play as most characters, so you can get a feel for how they work over simply picking your favorite 3. Like I said, this is one of the things that becomes obvious long term, but I can say the current experience is pretty fun.
I got it. Surprise! Glad to hear you're back,
Before getting to the conclusion, I wanted to note Invincible VS has a decent amount of unlockables. These range from comic book covers to alternate arenas. Most of these also come with time or overcoming certain challenges. Simply playing as your favorite characters will increase their mastery to unlock specific icons, titles, and palettes. As for challenges, one of the stages is unlocked by beating Arcade on the highest difficulty. Not impossible, but a great reward for those looking for incentive to do so. Overall, a really solid addition that adds a fair amount to chase. At the end of the day, Invincible VS is a solid fighting game that is ultimately centered around competitive play. The type of game where you'll have a lot to do if you play online or have friends that want to play offline, but outside of that, there isn't much else to do. Story takes about an hour, with the only other thing to do is play it again on a higher difficulty or constantly play through Arcade. For some that will be enough, but that's something for you to ultimately decide. Hey, thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to leave a like, and for more content, please subscribe.